One. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Unconventional Connections. I'm your host for the day, Isidro, and I'm joined, like always, by Beto and Mike. I tried to mix both of you guys' name. I was gonna say Maito. At the same time, I was like, wait, choose one first, because I was looking at
Pick
Mike,
one,
but
please.
then I was gonna say Beto first, so that's why I said Maito. Starting off strong, guys. Starting off strong.
What's up?
So yeah, how you guys
Oh
been?
man. Pretty good. Pretty good.
I mean,
have
I'm
jury duty
alright.
tomorrow.
You have what? Jury duty? Hell yeah.
Let's
I have
go.
jury duty
Democracy.
tomorrow.
America.
Democracy indeed.
At first I was like, I got jury duty, but I was like, what else am I gonna do? You know?
Do you guys
At least I'm getting
do
paid.
you guys play any more of the chicken horse game or whatever it's called?
No, baby, I only play that game with you
No,
guys.
not to. I thought the Beto was gonna say, no, I uninstalled it.
I could for the meme. I could.
I did not play any more of that afterwards. I haven't played video games all weekend. So 4th of July just happened. It was last Friday.
Mhm.
Did we all get the day off, or well, I mean, Mike always has a day off.
Well,
But what about you? Beto?
I mean,
Did you
yeah,
get
I
the day
got the day off.
So I got the day off, and I did from 6:30 till 12:15, I believe.
Mhm.
And I indeed didn't I didn't do anything productive with my time. I did as was like, ¿sabes qué? I love doing nothing. So I'm gonna do nothing,
Mhm.
and I did that. I did, and the thing is though that like, okay, so the idea was that I was supposed to get home and play games with my friends, right? Because we were gonna play Civs or whatever, which is what I'm playing right now. It's actually, let me save it and turn it off so I can give you guys my full attention, because I don't wanna, because I have to read what's going on, and this has death robots. He has two. Why does he have two? Anyways,
Kill you better.
it's the no, the worst part, I don't want to get into it. The point is so I went to work or whatever, showed up like 30 minutes late, like always. I should need to stop doing that. I really do. But anyways, I showed up. We did very little, essentially. And then one of my coworkers on Thursday, he's like, hey, I'm not going to be here Saturday, so good luck. And I'm like, I'm only going to be here till 11 on Saturday, so I don't give a. He's like, oh, okay, cool. So Friday, I went to Tustin to some computer shop, right, with my friends, and we got home, and I thought we were gonna play the whole night. Like, we were gonna play like till like 10, 11 or whatever, like we usually do on Fridays. Nah, they were like, oh, I'm sleepy, I'm tired. So they went to sleep, little bitches. So they left me here by myself. So then I went to my sister's house, and it was just boring as shit. Because July to me isn't even that fun. Like, it's just like, yay, big, bright ass lights and loud ass sounds. Yay, my tism. I'm old now, I'm turning 30 next year, so like I'm old and my tism just flares out. So I'm like, I don't want this. So I was just holding my
Okay,
niece,
calm down, perro.
No, shut up! I wasn't about to say that. I was holding my niece, the dog, and she was all trembling. She was all scared because of the fireworks, and I was like, "Me too, bitch. You don't gotta be a weenie about it. Relax." And like I would just hold her, and then I got fed up with her because whenever they were too loud, she would start howling. I was like, "Man!" So I put her back in her cage, and I came back home, and I came to my room or whatever. So I was supposed to go to bed early that day, and I ended up passing out like around 11. Completely forgot to turn on my alarm. So I woke up like at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock almost, right?
Dang.
And I was like, there's no point in me going anymore because I'm gonna be off at 11 anyways. So what am I gonna do? Show up, say hi, pull 4 to 5 pallets, and that's it, and go home? Like, nah, I'd rather just stay home. So I ended up staying home all day Saturday and playing video games. Oh, it was the best thing ever. And I got upsetty with the spaghetti because my sisters, I guess, wanted me over at my older sister's house to go do some shenanigans, but I wasn't up for it because I was tired and depressed and lonely. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay in my room. I'm gonna play my games, and I did. So for the full whole day Saturday, from like 1 o'clock to like 9 in the morning Sunday, I was playing the same exact game non-stop just because I was depressed and I was sad and nobody wanted to play with me. So
I thought you had gone to a rave. Or was that last week?
Me? Go to a rave?
I thought I saw you at an event or something. I must be confusing you with someone else.
Probably must have been one of your other bitches. But anyways, No, you wouldn't catch me on a rave because it's too many strobing lights. You're gonna see me all
too many lights and too much noise.
Yeah, and it's like I can't. I can't because it's too bright. Actually, now that you brought it up, I remember when I used to work at 7-Eleven, and they would have like the shows in San Bernardino and stuff like that. Like, without due respect, like sometimes like y'all need to chill, cause like it would be 10 o'clock at night, and people would show up in bikinis, you know, all dirty and smelling like butt. And I remember one of the girls was like, "Hey, we just got back from a rave, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "I didn't ask you, but whatever. Welcome to 7-Eleven. What do you want?" You know? And she's like, "Oh, like, can I use your restroom? Blah blah blah." And I was like, "No, we lock it after 10 o'clock." Like I literally tried to check. I was like, 10 o'clock, and she's like, "No, you're." And I was like, "Nah, I'm being serious. Like, I'm not gonna open that restroom for all 40 of you that are just gonna show up right now." And she's like, "I'll show you my tits." And I was like, "What tits?" Because she was like flat. And I was like, "What tits?" And she just walked out. She was so pissed. I love it. But then the guy that came after her was like, "Hey man, I really need to use your guys' restroom, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Bro, I can't let you use my restroom because it's one, I don't have the key, and then two, it's locked. You know?" Where am I going with this? Can you just give us a damn topic, please? I'm so out of it today.
My 4th of July weekend, I actually did a lot. I went in the morning. I kind of just did a whole lot of nothing because it was like I woke up late. I woke up like at 9 a.m. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I had to wake up at 6 to go to work, so I kind of woke up late. I start work at 8, so I woke up an hour later than I usually would be up, no matter what. And just kind of played video games, played the Switch. We just kind of mucking around. Then I went to a friend's house. But over there, they didn't really have fireworks. They do a drone show instead.
That's better.
I didn't see it. We didn't see it. We were partying too hard to even realize that it was like 1 a.m. And then I got dropped off by a couple of friends because I was like, I'm no condition to drive. So they're like, oh, no problem. So then someone dropped me off. I had to drink that day. So I was like, that was chill. And then I went to the Dodgers game. So I went to the Dodger Stadium on the 5th to go watch the Hololive event, whatever Hololive is. I still don't know.
Oh, I found out recently what that is. It's basically like like the VTubers.
Yeah, some
or
like
like
VTuber
the
organization or
it's,
something.
it's
I don't know.
It's like an organization, yeah, that like it's like a management or something like that for them.
I don't know, but Kevin's really into them, so he wasn't gonna go. He only went because I went because I was joining our other friend David. Because usually us three that go to Japan together, David, Kevin, and I. Those are the three that we. So he's like, I'm gonna go to the Dodgers game to go watch the Hololive event. I was like, you know what? I'll join you. It's 4th of July weekend. It's a long weekend. I'm not doing anything on Saturday anyways, so I can make a trip to LA. 2-hour drive. It's easy.
Yeah.
And so we went to the Dodger Stadium. I picked up Kevin at Anime Expo. So just kind of quick drive by. Just kind of stopped somewhere I was supposed to. He got in the car and then we just went to the Dodger Stadium. Took us like 40 minutes. Like a 3-mile drive took us like 40 minutes because of all the traffic getting into the stadium. Because I had my car. It's like I need to leave my car somewhere. So I had to pay for the parking at the Dodger Stadium. And then we saw the Dodgers lose for 6-4. And then we did the whole Hololive event, which was apparently some like anime girls streaming from the park, and they were just making people do a bunch of like random things. So they had like a mascot race. They had people do their dance moves. So it's kind of like anime girls dancing, and then people like trying to intimidate them. Intimidate.
Imitate, perhaps?
That one. Yeah,
Imitate. There we go.
Yeah,
wow, my guy.
Imitate them. They also showed like 4 or 5 songs, like a mini concert there. It was really random out of nowhere because it's like okay, our last thing. Here's a whole 6-song concert. Now I was like, what?
No, okay.
Gotta go home.
All right.
And it was just a bunch of videos of people like dancing and giving like presentation about themselves. So it wasn't even. We just went to the Dodger Stadium to watch YouTube videos on the screens, basically. which is kind of cool.
Nice.
Not gonna lie.
Nice.
It is kind of like I went to Dodger Stadium to watch YouTube videos on their big screens.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to walk into like the center field, so we were actually in the grass itself, watching the
nice,
screens.
nice.
And yeah, I mean that was it's pretty cool. And then all Sunday, I just basically kind of like just cleaned up the rest of my apartment. And yeah, that's basically it. So that I was telling Mike, I like organized my desk a little bit more so I can actually have things on my desk rather than all the random trash I have on my desk usually.
Must be nice. I can't take any trash out because the freaking trash man didn't take our trash can. So I have a bag of trash outside of my room just sitting there, and I hate
Why
it.
didn't take your trash? What did you guys do to them?
Because they're stupid. Because the city of Riverside doesn't know how to freaking hire people that know how to do their job.
Mm-hmm.
They put a freaking lamppost outside of my house, right?
Mm-hmm.
They put a cement lamppost without the lamp. It took them 3 days to do that. Are you kidding me? It took them 3 days. It takes my uncle like half a day to do that. Like, it pisses me off. Because it was like 6 out there doing one thing. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know.
Lamp, dude.
What happened?
They were installing the lamp. I mean,
Mike! It was 6 guys!
they were working hard.
And it took them 3 days just to put the lamppost, but it doesn't have the lamp on top of it. There is no light coming out of the lamppost. They wasted 3 days and 6 people. 6 people, my guy. And then they didn't take my trash. And then the trash guy. Okay, 4th of July, I get it. It's 4th of July. Okay, whatever. Pero no mames. It's 4th of July. There's gonna be trash on the 5th of July that needs to be taken out. And these just left it there. Can we not do this today? You see how you are, Mike? You piss me off sometimes. Anyways, Isidro, you were saying about something about some stupid ass VTuber and Kevin. I hope he sees this episode too, cause I swear to God, I will read off what he says. He told me, he's like, yeah, like I'm a little bit short on money, blah 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 blah. So last year we went out to go eat, so I gotta be a loan shark and tell you like, hey, where's my money? And I'm like, first of all, hi, how are you? Second of all, yeah, ass sucks that you're low on money. I'm always low on money, cause I'm stupid. But anyways, also I completely forgot. So I don't have any money right now. Give me till the next week. He's like, yeah, no problem, blah, 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 but I really need that money. And I'm thinking, oh, pobrecito, like he's going through something or something happened. Nah! As soon as I send him the money, he goes, yeah, like I need as much money as I can get for Anime Expo and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're telling me that I stressed about me giving you your money back, and then I'm stressed about paying my bills, and you're going to tell me that you wanted my money for you to go to Anime Expo? Your priorities. I can't stand you. I can't. That's why I'm making it a mission to never owe people money anymore. I don't want to owe people no money no more, because now I find out stupid shit like this, like, oh, I need my money back, but it's not because I need to pay my bills. It's because I want to spend it on something that you saw the Dodgers lose in their own stadium. Why? Ugh! Anyways, so my 4th of July was okay. I didn't. Here's a little cap. I was looking for this. I needed to rage for this a little second. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you for pissing me off, because now I found what I needed to find.
Anytime, no worries.
Crackers in here.
Anytime.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Today's is just one of those days, man. Like
this Monday do be Monday.
4th of July, man. I get it. Like it's when the country got independence or some shit. Or I don't know. Maybe that was Cinco de Mayo. I don't know. I'm uncultured. I don't care. Robin?
You should get deported.
I should. You
should. Making those comments, how dare you?
And like my thing is like, if I was deported and I was to get deported to El Salvador, like they would just send my ass back, because I would be such a nuisance to them. Like I wouldn't do horrendous things to them. Like I wouldn't be a gang member or whatever. I would just be a problem. Like, oiga, señora, ¿dónde está esto? ¿Y qué hago con esto? ¿Y cómo? Like, I would just ask so many questions. They would just be like, God damn, like, he does not know how to survive. And it's like, it's not that I don't know how to survive. It's just I'm by myself in a country that I don't know. What do you want me to do? And then they're going to be like, yeah, can you please send them back? And I'll be like, just put me in the border. I don't care. Just make sure that I'm on the other side. Because then they're going to be like, Mexican. And I'm like, yeah, how did you know? And then I'll be like, no, I'm from XYZ, blah, 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 blah. That's where I live. Call that bitch. Call my mom's, blah, 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 blah. And then call my sister. And then actually, I would tell them, call my brother-in-law, Jordan, because he's white. And they'll be like, oh, yeah. We're sorry. Miss Lucy, that was our problem. He's one of us. He's one of us too. And then they just send me back, and then he just goes, "Me scusi," and I'll be like, "Kill yourself," and then I'll go from there. I'm such a fucking problem, you guys. I'm so sorry.
I always hope whenever I go to Americans in Mexico, and like you can just go with your ID. They're gonna deport you somewhere, and they're not gonna keep you in Mexico. They're gonna deport you somewhere, and guess where they're gonna deport you? Back to the U.S. So it's just easier for them to let you cross with your ID than to have to go through the whole deporting you problem. It's gonna cost them 10 times more work, 10 times more money when you have an ID from a state.
My thing is like, life isn't that fucking bad. You know, like life is not that fucking bad. It's just all these dumbass rich people that make it worse for everybody else just because they don't know how to wipe their own fucking ass, dude. Like, you put me in any.
Never have to learn.
Well, first of all, like if you put me in any country, it doesn't matter how shitty it is. I'll survive for a couple of days. You know what I mean? Like survive, like my body is still working. You know what I mean? But mentally, I'm checked out. I don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Like I miss my like if you were to tell me we're gonna take you to Siberia. First of all, I don't even know where that is. I think that's a made up name. That's a made up spot. But I'm pretty sure it's like in Russia somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
but like
east of Russia.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's smart. He knows geology and shit. Anyways,
yeah, you know my rocks.
It's the not geometry. No,
you're right, geology.
Geology is the study of rocks, dummy. And then geometry is like the study of angles and shit.
Geometry.
That's geometry. What's the other geo one? Geology? Geology is the study of rocks. And then geometry is the study of angles. Geography. Geography. That's what I said. Anyways, he's smart. He knows things. But anyways, nah, dude. Like, if they were to drop me off in the middle of Siberia, I would just go to the locals and be like, hey, so, funny thing, I just got deported. I don't know where I am. So, like, can someone teach me stuff? Or, like, can someone, like, show me how to survive? Like, I'll survive. I don't care. Like, you know, I might mingle with the locals. You know what I mean? Because I'm a nice person. Like, okay, contrary to the belief, like, I'm generally a nice person. You know, like, I'm scared all the damn time. And, like, I don't want to, like, lose what I have. You know what I mean? But how funny would it be if they send me to some sort of gulag and, like, the people there know that I'm not from there, so they're like, what are you doing here? And it's like, I got deported. Like I don't know what I'm doing here. You know? Like, I would treat it more as a joke than the actual reality because, like, why would I deal with reality when I could just make it a joke? You know what I mean? And, like, what are they going to do? Beat me because I'm not doing what they want them to do? How am I going to understand them? You know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, like, they're saying in Mandarin or in Siberian or whatever, break this rock. And it's like, I know what this is for, but why do you want me to do this for? Like, I don't understand. And what are they going to do? Beat me half to death? Like, I haven't done that to myself recently. You know what I mean? Like, do your worst. Oh, we'll break your fingers. Okay, and that fucking logic is, oh, we break his fingers, he's going to break the rocks. No, stupid. Like, I don't have my fingers. How am I going to break? Shut up, ho. Shut up. Don't talk to me. Anyways, it's my phone. Sorry, it went off. Like, what are they gonna do? Break my hands, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna be like, oh right, they broke my hand, so now they want me to break the rock, right? With my broken hands, right? So like, they're not gonna deport me to some place that doesn't speak English. So in the off chance that I get deported somewhere where they do speak English, it's like, dude, why? Like, I'm not from here. Like, if you want cheap labor, just hire immigrants and pay them less. That's what the U.S. does. Like, think about it. And they'll be like, damn, he's kind of smart. And I'll be like, yeah, like, you guys are smarter because you guys know more languages. I just know 2. What happened?
That's what got the U.S. in this situation in the first place.
Exactly. And it's like, so now, and the thing is, I don't like pain. Like, I'm not saying I get off of pain. But, like, what are they going to get out of me by breaking my legs? It's like, dude, now you just made me more useless. You're stupid. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm more useless. Now I really can't work. You know what I mean? So, like, oh, we'll break your fingers. And it's like, why? Just send me back. It's less of a hassle for you. And then they're going to realize, man, this guy's autistic. And I'll be like, yeah, and? Like, do you want your people to have autism? Because I can hear it spreads. I can spread it if you want. And then the people are going to be more autistic, and they're going to be like, fuck, that fucking American. We should have just deported him. Simple as that. Simple as that. Because, look, like, I don't believe in racism. I don't believe in racism. What I believe in is people not being happy with themselves, so they just take it out on other people. You know what I mean? I think that's what racism really is. It's just people are very miserable because their culture isn't as cool, so they just bag on other people. You know what I mean? Because, like, I've seen it. I've experienced some shit. And no, I'm not racist. I'm just prejudiced. That's a very big difference, ladies and gentlemen. A very touchy subject.
Not to get political, but
yeah, I wouldn't be deported.
I watched the new Jurassic World movie.
Oh, how was it?
It was bad. I was
Was it?
upset that
I've
I went to
heard.
go watch
I've
it.
heard.
I
Yeah.
was mad at the movie theater because I was like, you know what? It's long weekend. Let's go to movie theater. So I went north to the fancy movie theaters. I went north.
Mhm.
So I paid $20 for a ticket for the recliner seat, in-house restaurant, movie theater kind of thing. I was like, damn, I'm lonely as fuck. Why am I here by myself? Anyways, I went there and I got an order of wings. It was chicken strips. It was straight up chicken strips. $14 for an order of wings. They don't just chicken strips with barely any seasoning on them. And like 5 fries. I was like,
Damn.
it's fine. It's whatever. It's 9:30 p.m. Kitchen's almost closed. They're lazy. I'll forgive them. I worked at a
I get
restaurant
it.
before. I get it. I don't want to be here either. I don't want to be here either anymore. And then the movie itself. Horrible movie. Pacing horrible. Characters horrible. They introduce a family of Hispanics for no reason. They were I never believed on DEI injects until then. They had no reason to be there. And the only role they had was they were a family of Hispanics. That was a role. That was a character. DEI.
I hate it here already.
Never believed in it until now. It's like, nah, it's just kind of like, sure, but it was horrible. The characters were unlikable. The villain was pointless because they're doing this to get paid. And of course, the guy, you knew he was all about the money from the start. How are you magically surprised that he's all about the money at the end? Like,
we're getting paid. Like, we're getting paid to go to this island. You were in it for the money. It's like, yeah, you not getting fucking paid. What?
like, what do you
What do
mean?
you think we're here?
He's not, he's mean. He's in it for himself for the money. That's what you're there for.
That's what. Yeah. What the fuck?
So you're telling me that this movie?
There was no.
So you're telling me that this movie was just any other Jurassic Park movie?
No, it was worse because there was no dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, you did say about that.
There
Yeah,
was
yeah,
no
yeah.
There was like
dinosaurs.
5 dinosaurs throughout the entire movie.
There was like 3. Why would you make a Jurassic Park movie with xenomorphs?
It's for the sequel, man. They're setting up for the sequel. You gotta
What
wait
is
for
the
the sequel.
point?
And and this is why
Gonna get good in the sequel, guys. You just gotta give it time.
And this is why I talk about immigration, because if those Mexicans, I'm kidding.
They were, and then they also said like every dinosaur has died, so they only live in this little island now along the equator. I don't know if you've ever seen a map. There's not a lot of stuff along the equator.
And it's hot.
It is hot.
As far as I know, it's hot.
There's really only like one country called after the equator because it's like one of the few places that actually crosses the equator. So there's not a lot of the equator. So it's just island hopping at that point. So and you're telling me, and they killed all the dinosaurs in every other movie that live in the rest of the world. What sequel are you setting up there?
My thing is that Jurassic Park should have just been an exact adaptation of what happens in the books, because that's what it was supposed to be in the beginning. It wasn't supposed to be a wow dinosaurs movie. It was supposed to be like, oh wow, dinosaurs. Like that's a new, like the video that I sent you with the T-Rex and stuff like that. Brother, I would watch that. I would watch the fuck out of a movie that's like
even the one that I sent that was like a thing of like the San Diego incident or whatever from like,
the San Diego incident,
yeah, dude. But I think the thing is with Jurassic Park is that it's gotten too like iconic to change it now, right? Like because it's gotten to a point where like people expect a certain thing when it comes to Jurassic Park movies or Jurassic World or whatever, right? So if you like try and reboot it or change it and stuff like that, a lot of people get because they compare it to the other movies. But I think the other one thing too is that Jurassic Park and Jurassic World were heavily like marketed as like anybody could watch it, especially kids, because they have to get that toy line. You know, all the dinosaur toys and everything like that. That's also why in like every movie they introduce different types of dinosaurs and stuff like that, and there's always more and more different ones because they want to sell more and more different toys to kids, you know. And that's the thing that sucks about it, which is surprising that there's like 5 dinosaurs in the new one. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's surprising that there's like that little dinosaurs in this one, because like that's the whole thing with Jurassic Park, is that they're gonna make toys of it. I think there's already toys of it.
Yeah,
right.
What are you selling xenomorphs to? That's what I want to know. What kid is buying the xenomorph dinosaur? That looks dumb.
I mean, I'd buy the xenomorph dinosaur.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, but you're an adult.
But you should just at that point just buy a xenomorph.
It's because my thing too though is like, that's why a lot of movies nowadays just suck, because they don't have. And I think Mike will agree with this point where I say the following: they're not making movies to entertain or to tell a story. They're making movies to make money. Like that's all it. Oh my god, that's all it is. It's not.
It's more so for profit and like what you can do with the movies, you know. It's like anything new that gets traction or anything like that. It's like the most recent example that I can think of. I've only seen the first season, but like Squid Game, right? Like, I've heard that like season 3 is not the best out of all of them. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it for myself, so take it with a grain of salt. But it's hard to, because the first season, the guy that wrote it and stuff, he wrote it like way back in the day, and he sold it and like tried to sell it, and like nobody picked it up because they didn't think that people were gonna like it or anything like that, until he sold it to Netflix, and then it became this big like worldwide phenomenon. And now that this is like Squid Games had like a second season, and then there was a third season that had like, I think, the same guy from the first season, all 3 seasons, which I don't know how that works.
The second and third season were one long season, technically.
Oh, really? Oh,
so the second season was half of it, and the third season was the other half.
So okay.
Ending of the whole Squid Game.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So they cut
because maybe that's why people were kind of like, oh, season 3 was kind of like not as good because it was kind of like a second. Maybe that's why. But now it's already been announced and stuff that there's gonna be a Squid Game USA spinoff.
Yeah, that's
and then like there's even more. Yeah, and like they're planning on making more spinoffs, and so I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've only seen the first season. I'm like, I don't think this is a kind of thing that you franchise.
Which is funny,
but it made money.
The point of the show on capitalism,
yeah,
and the message by making more of it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, whenever like movies and stuff come out, if you know for sure it's not gonna be a one and done and stuff, that's why like I get like upset when it's like, oh, there's already a sequel in development. It's like, dude, they're just gonna try and make more and more and more of it until they can't, because the whole big thing about making something a franchise and making so much money, like Beto was saying, that it all comes down to just making more money off of it as much as you can. Yeah,
but there's also that people don't go to watch stuff that's not a sequel anymore.
So I'll tell you this. So I talked to my friend Spencer, right, about how when I was younger I used to love story building, right? And one of the main things that people need to understand about me, whenever I make something, whether it be like when I make something, I mean like stories or video games or something like that. Anything that has to do with story will always be part of a big world. For example, right? There's a story about the Shadow Men, for example, right? It takes place in a modern area, but it's not like, oh, it takes place in California or it takes place in New York or something like that. No, it takes place on a made up. It's a fantasy setting, so it's a place that's made up, right?
Yeah,
and it's in a planet of its own solar system, blah blah blah, right? If you want to take it out of context like that, then yes. But then you have the story of Mythos, which is based off in that same universe, but it's not in that planet. It's in a different side of the galaxy. So it's so far away from each other that it's technically impossible for them to meet. And then you find out, oh shit, this story has to do with this story, and that's why this character who says, oh, I'm from a different world, this is the world he's from. So it's united. It's like a big spider web. Like, it's united in some type of way.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, it's a prequel to this. It's like, no, it just so happens to be that Michael from the story of Gun and Blade is actually Jonathan from the Book of Mythos. It's just that when he disappeared halfway in the story through that cave and he never was seen again, you guys think, oh, he's dead. But then if you read the other story that has nothing to do with the book of Gun and Blade, you're like, oh shit, so this is connected to this, but it's also like it doesn't have anything to do with like the story of this specific book. But some of the characters, they jump from place to place to just interlock the story some way or another. You know what I mean? For example, Gillian, he's like this. He is literally a sun. Like he is a star. He's the God's son, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? But what happened was that his solar system, he absorbed his solar system, and all the lives in that solar system merged into one. So now he's a physical being, but because he was out in space and he was just chilling there of the sun of the solar system, he gave himself a physical form, and then he came to this one book, and that's it. But you don't find about that until a later story when I tell you guys about how the galaxy was born and like all this other shit, and then you hear about a sun that became a mortal or something like that, and then it's like, oh shit, it's intertwined this and this way. I don't make stories that go, oh, this is gonna be a banger, and I'm gonna just capitalize off this story in specific and just try to make all the money that I can. Like Harry Potter, for example. Like Harry Potter, Twilight. The first one or two books were okay, were good, and then the rest of the story was like, okay, so he does kill Voldemort in the most retarded way ever, but okay. You're telling me Voldemort is stupid because look, he made all these Horcruxes and lived to be like 70-something years old, right? You know, that's a meme. I'm not even gonna quote it because I don't know where it's from. But the point is, I hate it. I really don't like that all these big corporations are like, well, what was popular 10 years ago, or what was good in the 90s? Oh, Atlantis. Oh, okay. Well, let's make another version of Atlantis. It's just copy and paste, just live action, and it's like, okay, so in the original,
a whole other thing,
yeah, exactly. And then like the Zegler, I think her name was the lady that was complaining about
Snow White.
Whatever the hell, because I don't even know what she was complaining about. She was just complaining to complain at this point. She's like, oh, we're gonna tell it in a new way. I was just like, so you're gonna write Cinderella your own way? Okay, cool. How does it? Snow White. That's what I said. Yeah,
Snow White. Okay,
yeah. Snow White. Yeah. So she goes and does her shit show, and it's like, so you're trying to teach this new generation what exactly? Like,
I think I remember like people were like, I remember like there was like the whole tour about it, and then like some people were, you know, because what she was saying was kind of like, fuck, I forgot what exactly she said, but I remember like when the movie came out, a lot of people were even saying that like it wasn't even that like how like it wasn't that extreme of how she was saying it. So like what was the point in even like saying all that, and like, you know.
It's also like storytelling is one thing, right? Because we talked about, and especially in this channel, we've talked about a lot about that. So going back to what Isidro was saying about Jurassic Park and then like Jurassic World. Honestly, dude, it's funny because realistically speaking, the first movie was basically showing like this is what hubris happens. This is what happens when someone's has a lot of hubris and they try to make money off of this new invention. If that guy that was a double agent didn't screw up, none of Jurassic Park would have never happened, or Jurassic World, or whatever, whichever one was, right? Because of him, all the security systems were shut down so that he could escape and he could get out and deliver the vial of
really
things.
Dumb
right?
system, because they even having this new one. It's like one thing goes wrong, so solution, everything turns off and opens up. It's like, no, it should be
I found
opposite.
out also recently through the kill count or whatever, because they did like the Jurassic movies, and so they did the most recent one, and like so you know the scene where like the two are meeting, the guy who's like the double agent and stuff like that, and the guy's like, oh, we have Dawson here. So, see, nobody cares, right? Like when they're meeting in secret or whatever. The guy Dawson is the main villain of like the second to last like newest Jurassic World movie, the Dominion or whatever, where they bring back the older actors.
Really? I didn't know that.
He's like, and now all of a sudden he's like the big corporation that's like bringing back dinosaurs or using their DNA and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, but then also like, because Isidro, you said that like it takes place in the future, right? This new one, right? Because like the whole thing about like the Jurassic World movies was that there was a guy who was like quote unquote always there and always a partner to the main grandpa of the first movie. You know, he was always there with the development of Jurassic Park or whatever, you know. But and then like he also like used dinosaur DNA or something to clone his daughter or something like that.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
there was a whole thing about that. And then now there's like a whole island with like the concept of the island of like failed experience stuff that makes sense because I think they even said that there's like always been a third island, but they just never talk about that island.
Right.
But especially from what I've seen in the trailers and like from what Isidro said, like I really don't think that they really went in on that premise.
I think okay, mira. The reason why I think the third movie is so good is because it's not about all these people were trying to make money. It's like no, this dumbass kid and his uncle, they went on a vacation on an island that they shouldn't have gone to, and the kid ended up there and it becomes a rescue mission. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then as the time goes by, one of the guys, I think he dies or he doesn't die. The one that gets eaten by the pterodactyls. He ends up being a double agent, supposedly, because he steals the eggs, right?
Yeah.
So that movie, stand alone, great movie, awesome movie. The first Jurassic Park movie is iconic. It's one of the best because it's iconic, because it's the first one. The second one, meh. The third one is like, oh shit, it's a rescue mission and it becomes something else. You know what I mean? Like it was its own thing, and it was cool. Like by itself, it was cool. Everything else after that is very like the greed of humankind. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, okay, motherfucker. Like the first movie, like encompassed it correctly the first time. Why do you need a horror movie for another six horror movies, another 6 movies of the same concept of people just want to make money, so they're using dinosaurs? So stupid. It's so stupid. Like with the whole scene with the endoraptors and like all this other shit. It's like it's so cut and paste. Like it's like, dude, like I get it, dinosaurs, they're cool. You're running out of ideas. Did you ever think about maybe the fact that dinosaurs are actually a lot scarier than you think they are? You know, like, for example, the San Francisco incident that I sent you, I would fucking shit myself if I look outside and there's a fucking giant lizard that can just be like, oh, hi, Beto, how are you? Munch. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no. Like, I don't want to see Scarlett Johansson's beautiful face be like, oh, I'm going to shoot it. Like, I don't care if Scarlett Johansson is beautiful. I don't care. I want to see dinosaurs. I want to see people. You know what? I'm going to, okay, take some time.
They didn't
okay?
have guns.
Look,
no, listen.
Guns. This is my thing.
They went on an excursion without guns. It's like, what mercenaries are these?
So mira, this is my thing. After watching that video that you sent, actually, did I send one? I think I sent one.
Sent one about Turok, I think.
Oh, Turok. So yeah, Mama Scarface. Yeah. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where I said, good lord, fuck that. Yeah, the San Diego incident. Okay. The picture alone of like that, it says, San Diego incident found footage, and it's like the T-Rex looking into the camera.
And the camera
brother. Yeah. Brother, show me that shit in the movie theater, me cago. And it's because like seeing dinosaurs on the big screen as just animals is one thing. But then you realize, yeah, they're animals. But they kill other animals. We're animals too. Like, how defenseless am I to one of these creatures? And the thing is, people are like, oh, the big ones are the problem. No, it's the small ones. Because at least the big ones, they're stupid enough to say, oh, he went inside. It's like they have object permanence. It's like, oh, he went inside this little cave. This giant building, right? I can't do anything about it because what am I going to do? You know what I mean? So they're like, fuck. He went inside the little cave. Okay, well, I just got to wait out here. The little ones don't give a shit. They're able to go inside the little cave. So all the velociraptors, the gallimimus, all the small ones, yeah, those are fucking terrifying because they can get into anything and everything. Jurassic Park made sure of that to make sure that we could see that. The whole concept of the book where the compies, I think they're called, that eat the baby's face off, that is terrifying. Show me that. Show me that. And I'll never bitch and complain about a Jurassic World movie if they show me that level of gore. One of the scenes that I thought about myself when I watched the San Francisco project was, could you imagine, it's a scene, right? car drives into this driveway, whatever. It's a mom. She grabs all these groceries. She calls her son on the phone, like, hey, help me get this, blah, blah, blah. But the kid never answers. Oh, that's weird. He's not answering, blah, blah, blah. You go in or whatever. The door is fine. You go in, and, like, as she's talking, she starts calling, Jonathan, blah, 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 I called you for this. While she's talking, you hear, like, squelching. Like, I don't know if you know what squelching is, like, whoosh, whoosh, like really wet sounding stuff, like things popping and stuff, things ripping and little chirping. And it's just the camera's just on her, following her, what she's doing or whatever, but like face, like not a POV, but like the camera's looking at her. And then she looks, yeah, one shot, exactly. And she's like walking around the house, but then she goes to the kitchen, drops everything, and it's like, oh my gosh, she screams. And then the camera pans out, and it's two velociraptors eating her kid on top of the counter. Like, they're on top of them, like, ripping them apart. There's blood everywhere. There's guts everywhere. That, to me, is way more entertaining than Scarlett Johansson screaming at a camera for a couple minutes. Or fighting for her life. Or fucking, what other bullshit? Freaking that one guy that tamed the 3 velociraptors making love with that one woman. Oh, my gosh, she's so beautiful. I hate her. I hate her. I can't stand her. Fuck. Anyways, so point being is, I think Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, they were good as they were by themselves, and that's it. And I think that they're going to they can't make any more Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, unless they're following the book to the T, and it's, like, gory, scary. Like, it has to be scary. Like, it has to be something where you hear people say, oh, hey, they're bringing back woolly mammoths, and it's like, maybe we shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, Jurassic Park is right there, you know? Like stuff like that. But then, again, this goes back to my talk about immigrants, right? Because it's like, people are stupid, and, like...
I think I remember hearing a rumor about that. What's her name? That is Howard or whatever her name is. That they had to not slim her down, but like reduce her curves because it was just too.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I remember
that woman.
About that.
Okay, that woman. Okay, if she ever sees this, I hope she doesn't sue me. But that woman, I've seen pictures of her after her pregnancy. Oh my gosh, she looks like a fertility goddess. She looks so good, dude. Loki, I wish I was hot. I wish I was like her. I wish I was beautiful like that. Because if I was beautiful like her, I would never feel ugly for the rest of my life. Never. She's so beautiful. I can't stand her, dude. I can't. It just reminds me of how... Can we change the subject, please? But anyways, yeah, so I think it's sad that a lot of big companies are making movies that we... Like the Lilo and Stitch movie. We talk shit on that, you know.
Oh,
and
by
it's
the way,
like,
Lilo and Stitch 2 is in development, guys.
No, it's not. No, shut the fuck up. No, it's
it
not.
is. It is. Sadly, it is.
Why can't they just do animations?
Because
like,
they can't protect their IPs that way anymore.
What do you mean?
Copyrights. Their copyrights are about to expire, so they have to make something new in order to keep those copyrights.
Yeah. So the way that, like, anything that is made, like, just anything at all, like, you get the copyrights to it, but when you get the rights to it, it's always limited, right? So, like, say, like, the most recent one was Mickey Mouse, right? They made the character Mickey Mouse and everything. They obviously made, like, more and more projects and stuff to keep the rights, and there was some legal stuff, too, that they did loopholes to keep the rights and stuff, because Mickey is their mascot, right? But eventually... things will go into the public domain after a while. If you don't secure the rights or anything, it'll go into the public domain. That's why, like, the Steamboat Willie went into the public domain, because Disney finally lost the rights to Steamboat Willie and he went to the public domain. And so that's why you had these people making, like, Steamboat Willie, like, horror.
You cut out for me. I don't. Yeah.
Oh. It's like it's like the Winnie the Pooh horror movies that came out not that long ago, right? Mm-hmm. Those, because Winnie the Pooh, the character, went into the public domain. So anybody can do anything with that character. Granted, they can't do anything to the Disney version of Winnie the Pooh, right? The way that it's designed and the way that it's made, right? Because that is their property still. But the character Winnie the Pooh, because the Winnie the Pooh was made as a story before Disney bought the rights and made their Winnie the Pooh, right? Mm-hmm. So now that went back into the public domain. That's why people were making their own thing with Winnie the Pooh. And it's the same thing with this. Like, their properties, like, you know, like their old 2D animation movies, like Snow White, Cinderella. What are the live action ones that they make? Like Lilo and Stitch, Beauty and the Beast and stuff, they're making newer versions of it because so they can retain the rights to these movies, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense though. I understand why they're doing that.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of weird too, because like Lilo and Stitch isn't that old. Like I don't, because like I think stuff like that I think is because of the trend of live. I think originally they were probably like doing that to preserve the rights to their movies, but I think since they got so popular, they're like, oh, people want live action of our 2D movies or like of our.
You cut off again.
And like, damn it! What the?
But one
I'm gonna
thing,
have my microphone right here.
one thing I don't
alright?
understand is like the Lion King. Why they call it live action when there's no live action in there?
I hated the live action Lion King, and like it was the same story and everything, and I loved Lion King, but it's the fact that like I feel like I was watching like National Geographic, like I wasn't watching the Lion King, right? And like the thing is like the thing with the Lion King, because it's animated and stuff, it has vibrant colors, it has a whole bunch of like stylization to it and stuff, but because it's like quote unquote live action, even though it's completely CGI, you know. Like it was dull. Like the movie looked dull. It didn't look fun. It didn't look. That's why I was saying like it looked more like a documentary than like a family movie. And so it's just like, what is the point? What is the point then?
Yeah,
You know?
I still don't understand why call it live action when there was zero live action in there. It was all animated technically. It's all CGI.
Yeah.
So that's one I don't understand. Another one I understand is the Mufasa one. That was pointless as well.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see
I
it.
never understood that. Did you see that one, Beto? The Mufasa one?
No.
And the one that it turns out that Mufasa is actually an adopted lion, and he actually was part of the royal family, and Scar was the actual blood heir to the throne, but and then they gave it to Mufasa instead of him. So now I kind of
because he had more risks. And
yeah, and now I'm kind of just siding more with Scar now because of that movie, and it's like, dude, what are we doing here?
Yeah, no. I didn't watch it, but I had a feeling that it was gonna be something similar to that, where they were just gonna shame my man Mufasa like that.
Mm-hmm.
And but then I was like, yeah, this is gonna get a lot of people going. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, Mufasa's a piece of shit, and I was just like, sure, I guess. But what happened? And then people were telling me what happened, and I was just like, so you're mad because Scar wasn't ready to be a king, and because his brother was, you're mad at him? Like, dude, what's wrong with society? Like, I'm gonna put it to you this way: like, if me and Isidro were blood brothers, right, and I'm older than him. But I'm an idiot and I'm stupid and I waste my money and all this other stuff. And then our mom dies and it turns out that she left everything to Isidro because I'm stupid. How am I going to be mad at that? That makes no fucking sense. Like how am I going to be mad at my mom for leaving Isidro everything, you know, when I know I'm stupid and Babin?
They weren't blood related. Scar and Mufasa?
No, I know, but listen to what I'm telling you. But listen to what I'm telling you. Even though me and Isidro would be blood related in this scenario, right? I would understand why our mother would give him everything if I'm the stupid one. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at.
Well, yeah.
And assuming that's what happened in the Mufasa movie, as in Mufasa was not.
I don't know the exact details of it.
Oh, okay,
I didn't see it.
Yeah. See, so if it, you know, don't quote me, or sabes que in the comments, let me know what happened in Mufasa, and that way I can talk shit on it properly.
He's explaining great detail in the comics. The comments, guys.
Write the whole script in the comments. Go.
Yeah, basically, give us more engagement. Fuck. Anyways, but no, it's that's why people are weird, because people are easily like swayed into a different way of thinking.
I think a lot of it also is like rage bait tweets and stuff like that on Twitter, because you make make your $8 out of it or whatever. Because the more engagement you get, the more money you're gonna make. So a lot of it are like meant to be like just trash talking to everything.
Yeah,
you can find.
It's just for engagement.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I hung up some more posters.
Ooh,
oh yeah,
nice.
those are nice.
Some of those are the Pokemon ones, huh?
Yeah, some of the Pokemon ones.
That's cool.
I don't know what else.
What are the island ones?
So
are those also Pokemon? Or?
Yeah, so they're the Pokemon Island. It's not the ones that are hung up. The first one, can't even tell. The first one, that one is Holland region, because it's the first game I played. and this
Oh,
one
nice.
is the Paldea region, the latest one, because like the one I've been making the
Oh.
most YouTube videos out of. So,
Ah, gotcha,
and
gotcha,
then that's
gotcha.
just kind of the one that I kind of when I stopped playing. That's kind of when I came back
Mhm.
to
Uh-huh.
after high school. But yeah, that's so then that
Oh,
one was the
nice.
first one I played. Map,
Mhm.
one I spend the most time in now apparently, and then the one I played again after that like 10-year break or whatever.
Oh, nice. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so those are the Pokemon. I kind of want like a long Godzilla wall scroll now to put down there or something. I don't know.
Nice.
Still trying to figure it out. This was my
Mhm.
Sunday when I was doing nothing, just kind of changing stuff around, moving stuff around,
Mhm.
seeing what kind of looked okay. Because I have like
Mhm.
I'm very bad at designing and graphic design and stuff like that. So I
Mhm.
have no idea about anything like of that. So just trying to figure it out little by little.
Yeah. Nice.
I
But
still
you,
can't
Mike,
fucking
what
Oh,
made you decide what's on your background?
on my background. Oh, fuck. We could be here for a while if I just talk about this shelf just alone.
We gotta make time, so.
Um. I got. Let me see. Where's my finger land? Oh, all the way. Okay, so right here on top, I have my college degree in the background.
The most useful
I
piece of
have.
paper in your life.
Yeah. On both sides of it, I have. When I went to Ireland, I got a thing that's made and only sold there. They don't import it, which kind of sucks because it's probably the best whiskey that I've ever had,
Mm.
and it's called Jameson Crested. Unless someone finds a way to in the comments get this in America, please let me know. But on this side behind, so this bottle right here is basically what I survived in Japan, Pocari Sweat. Um, and then behind is just like a skeleton thing that I got for Halloween one time. But behind that is a bottle of Godzilla sake that I got from the Godzilla store in Japan. Um, and it's just a various like statues and stuff that I have. Like one of them, two of them that are up there I got from Mexico. One of them is like the Alien versus Predator. It's that one right there. This one's like a old Power Ranger toy that I've had for a long time, so I just kept it. And then this one is a Aztec warrior statue that I got. And then this one you could barely see it, but it's like a little statue thing of Ellie from The Last of Us Part Two. Um, all right. Well, down here, level two.
That H-Roll, the Last of Us Part 2.
Oh god, the game, the game. Let me
That
reiterate,
H-Roll
the
as
game.
well.
Last two. This is like a little Doom minifigure. It's like one of the demons. This is like a old Venom toy that I've had for a long ass time. This right here is like a good luck tiki or something like that that Aaron got for me when he went to his honeymoon in Hawaii. This is the original Resident Evil 2. It's called Biohazard 2 because when I went to Japan. And then this is the original Resident Evil, which is called Biohazard. And then just an assortment of Funko Pops in the background. This is another Doom kind of thing. This you can kind of see it. It's like one random figure that I won. Well, I mean, I know of it. It's oh god, what is this? Rimuru, I think, from the time I was reincarnated as a
Okay.
I still need to see the second season because I saw the first one. But
There's
I
like
won
3 or
this
4
figure at
seasons
like
now.
random claw machines. I think so. Yeah, I'm behind, dude. Because I mean I like the show. It's just I need to catch up.
I stopped watching it.
Is it like just it just wasn't your
Just kind of
taste?
got
Or?
repetitive. There's nothing.
I can see that.
He was too OP, so it didn't really matter anymore.
I mean, yeah. I mean that is the point of the show.
Yeah.
This I think this is like a skull. A calavera that I got. I think this one I got at Olvera Street in LA. Um, this is this one I believe I got during a trip to Mexico. These are like U2s, which is basically like kind of like well, before it used to be like just like YouTubers and stuff like that, and it was kind of like Funko Pop versions of them, but like their own thing. But now they've had so many licenses and stuff. They're kind of like just like
A different Funko
a little
Pop.
bit more expensive Funko Pop kind of thing. But I have a bunch of
I just
books
don't
down here.
understand this. Okay.
Huh?
Nothing. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I listen to every single thing you're saying, and I'm like, what's the point? Like, we see that shit every single day, and I still to this day cannot, for the love of God, tell what the fuck any of that is. It is so fucking blurry. Can you please grab your camera and show us individually?
I actually
Pull your cock out right now. I'm kidding. Don't do it. Don't do that.
Hold on.
I see a Squirtle.
Oh yeah, that Squirtle is like an old like sippy cup that I've had since I was like 5 years old, and I've just kept it with me because it's kind of like a collectible thing at this point.
Without due respect, you sound like a hoarder right now. But keep going.
I have it on display. I don't have it like. Let me just stuff this in a corner.
What about
real
you,
quick.
Beto? Explain your background to us.
Oh, funny you should mention it. This isn't my home, so I can't even do anything with this. All right. The only thing I own here that I actually bought is my bed, and that's it. Everything else that I'm using, well, actually my computer, my desk, and all that. If I was to get kicked out of this room would basically be bare. Yeah, it would be bare. And the reason why I haven't hung anything up here is because I ain't got no money. And then second of all, I don't know what else to put there. Fuck, I'm eating my mustache. Anyways,
you should draw your own. You should hang your own art.
no,
That'd be cool.
no, just simple as that. No, because I don't have any. All of my old art I threw away because I either threw it away or I gave it to people because I just didn't feel good about it, and I'm stupid because I blame my mom for that. So now I'm like, whatever. I'm thinking about, honestly, dude, this whole entire wall, I was thinking of making it into like a shelf itself, and then have a bunch of my Gundams and stuff like that. Because eventually, when I do end up doing Twitch streaming, which I hope is like end of next year, I want to have a nice background. You know what I mean? And then my bed's gonna have to be there. Like I was thinking of just buying a giant curtain and just putting it behind me so that it's a green screen, but there's not enough space like in between here for me to be turning like how I want. The back of the chair's gonna hit it and it's gonna drag it. So I'm like, if I could just have a nice room that people are like, oh, that's nice to look at, you know what I mean? Then that's it, because I need to have a good enough background so that it's like this focus is me, not the background, right? Yeah. But yeah, like I have nothing in display here. To my left, there's my wall of Funko Pops. I guess I could show you guys that. Hold on.
Pretty.
So I have that wall right there of Funko Pops.
That's
my wall of Funko Pops right there.
I did not expect it to be like 20 of them.
Yeah, no. And then I have my bonsai, my Lego bonsai tree right there. Nice. Oh wow, this is so weird to control. And then I have my little Lego bonsai trees right here.
Nice.
Then one of my favorite Funko Pop ever, my Naruto, my Jiraiya one. Yeah, like I have a bunch of stuff over there too, like that. Okay, Mikey, this is the equivalence of you. So, anyways, on the top, right? No, hold on. Let me see if I can angle it. On the top, right? You see like that orange monkey thingy in the center? Next to that, there's another Funko Pop that's from Yu-Gi-Oh, right? But on top of that one, there's a Godzilla. Below that one is a Cyber Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh, which is a card that I used to use all the time. And then right there, that's where all my like jewelry is. There's more Legos there. Pops, like, there's a book series from Aragon, more Funko Pops, and that's it. It's pretty boring here, to be honest with you. So there's not much of entertainment value in my room because I ain't got shit in my house. So I have to make do with what I've got. Hopefully I put the camera back on top.
See if I can move, because like
hi you guys.
Stuff I have on my walls is like my movie posters. Yeah. This oh god, where's my finger? All right. This one you can kind of see
my camera Gojira versus
the
signature Super Gojira.
It says Super
Space Suit.
With Space Godzilla.
Space Godzilla, yeah. Space Suit Godzilla.
Yeah, this one's Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. That one's signed by like the main actress of because she was at a horror convention. And I got to meet her and get her signature. But she had a translator because I don't speak Japanese, so. But then that one, the Halloween one, I got that one signed by the actor who played Michael Myers. Really dope guy. Really dope guy. That one in the back, can you see? Yeah, you can see. It's like an Army of Darkness. That one, originally, I only had it signed by Bruce Campbell, the main actor who plays in that one, who plays Ash from the Evil Dead movie.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a convention that I went to where Sam Raimi was there, and he's like the guy who directed the Spider-Man trilogy. He also made the first Evil Dead movies, done a whole bunch of different movies. And so I got him to sign that one as well. And then there's a Friday the hold on, wait, I should probably point at it and say the Friday the 13th one. You can't even see it on the camera. Like the blade is signed by the makeup artist who did that one. His name's Tom Savini. He's like a really famous makeup artist in like the horror stuff. And then the last one is a poster that I made for a to make in college.
Oh, okay.
But I ran out of time and stuff like that. And we only filmed for like 2 days, so it just became like a trailer, like a concept trailer kind of thing. But I just really liked the poster that I made, so I made like an actual poster of it.
Oh,
It's funny because to me that's more interesting than any of the other stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I fucking love it.
Like it makes me laugh because I told my dad one time when I was back in college, this was like 10 years ago. I was like, Dad, like I really want to be able to walk into a house or a friend's house or someone that I'm meeting for the first time, walk in and recognize one of my paintings on there. And he's like, how are you gonna do that? And I was like, I think I'm just gonna be a good painter or just do like my own thing. Like I'm not gonna be a Da Vinci or any of that stuff. I just want to do painting, sell it online as digital stuff or whatever. And one day eventually I'll be at Ross. Like I'll have those those poorly made frames or whatever, and you'll find a lot of my work at Ross for like $20. You know what I mean? And none of that's gonna go to me because by then I won't even remember about the royalties of that. And he started laughing, and he's like, "Oh, you should totally just start painting en masse, and then just go somewhere and sell them for cheap. You know, just sell them for cheap, and then eventually someone's gonna recognize your work and is gonna be like, oh, where did this guy go? Where is he? Blah 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 blah." And they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, go buy some paintings," and then they'll make you more money. And then I was just like, that sounds like a so nah. So I never did anything. Needless to say, children, don't be lazy. Follow your dreams.
You gotta grind for it.
No, that is true. That is true.
And to not get political, but on that note, yeah, I guess it's kind of it. We didn't really have a topic this time. I couldn't think of one. It was 100% meme.
Oh wait, hold on. Can I bring up
No, done. Just kidding.
one last topic? I saw 28 Years Later.
Oh, you did watch it. I couldn't remember what movie I was ever going to watch.
I watched it, and I understand now the argument that people are making is you're either gonna like this or you're gonna think it's the worst movie ever made. I thought they were exaggerating with the worst movie ever made argument, but after seeing it, I was like, I understand where they're coming from.
And so it was the worst movie ever made.
Honestly, personally, overall, I liked the movie, right? But I'm a sucker for zombie movies. I love zombie movies, right? So I have a bias there. But that's why I was saying I understand why a lot of people don't like this movie. Because it's very different. Like, it's very different from the last two movies, right? Because it is years later, right? Because like it's about like the people that had been living on the island that's been quarantined off from the whole world for years and years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's obviously going to be different. The virus mutates and stuff like that. There's a lot of things, because I don't know if I should say spoilers or not. Because there's a lot of things that I think that they changed about the virus, right? It just feels like the way that they
watch us. Spoiler warning.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, fucking spoiler warning. All right, so basically, you know, I understand where they're coming from because like now there's what they call alphas, which are basically zombies that are infected that have mutated to where they can control or like basically like they're like the leader of a pack, right? Kind of thing, right? And it's kind of weird because like the 28 Days Later zombies, they're just infected people with like rage, right? That's the whole thing. Like they're normal people that are infected, right? So it's kind of weird that like now all of a sudden there's an alpha zombie or like an alpha infected that can like sick them onto people and whatnot. It's very weird, very different, and like that's all. Like on its own, I liked it, but like compared to the other movies, it is not a good sequel.
So you're telling me in the first movie it's just zombies that happen to be angry, and on this one it's zombies. No, watch. It's zombies that are still angry, but there's one zombie that's angrier than everybody else. So when he yells, everybody just listens. Is that
Yeah,
what the
dude.
whole thing is?
Yeah,
I
dude.
hate it here. I hate it. Oh, I dropped you. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, baby. You almost fell. It's okay. You're okay.
Like,
I got you.
And even like the movie
so
itself,
stupid.
like as
Oh my
someone
goodness.
who like studies like a filmmaker and whatnot,
Uh-huh.
I kind of like the different things in which they executed for the movie, like technical wise, right? Because like the first 28 Days Later was filmed on like one of the first digital cameras or something like that. It was like 480p. It does not look like a movie. It looks like, you know, it was cheaply made. And so for this one, the original writer and the original director came back for this one, and they wanted to emulate that by having the primary camera throughout the movie is an iPhone. So they shot most of the movie with an iPhone. But there are shots where it's like, yep, this was shot on an iPhone. Yep, but there was like a whole bunch of other like shots. Like, damn, this was shot on an iPhone, right? Kind of thing. And the thing is, like, the stylization of this is weird, and I think it comes down to the director and the way that they styled it and everything. Because like there'll be moments where like they'll kill a zombie, right? And it'll show like the headshot and everything. And you know, like sometimes they'll do like a 360 shot or whatever, like a smooth like kind of thing where you see like the head get shot or whatever, right? In this one, from the behind the scenes footage the pictures that I saw, I think what they did was they had a board that had like 20 different iPhones recording at the same time. Because like the movie when like a zombie gets killed, it does kind of like that 360 thing, but it's like cut from different angles. So it's like that, right? It's not like a smooth like one camera like going like one motion. You can tell it's multiple cameras and they're cutting to the different angles. And it's stylized.
It was totally edited then.
It was like, yeah, I would say that like the way that the editing, because like a lot of it felt very rushed. And I don't mean like the production was rushed or anything like that. The movie itself, that the way that it's edited and the way that the story flows and everything, it feels rushed. Like there's no stopping. And things happen so fast to a point where it's not like, you know, like, oh, it's fast to create tension or things. It's like it's fast like because that's how it was edited, and it's weird. Right?
Okay.
Because like the first like I want to say maybe 5 minutes of this movie is kind of like what you would expect going into it, like how the rest of the 28 Days Later was, where zombies are running everywhere, it's chaotic and everything like that, and it's very reminiscent of those two. But and then once the main story of the movie, once it cuts, it's kind of like its own movie, and like the first half is like a father taking his son out into the main island off of the mainland. That they've survived because of the tide and everything to get to them, right? And like at certain points, the tide gets low enough for them to cross the mainland. And so the father and son go and stuff to I think get supplies or to just like rummage around the mainland, see what they can. And like they get spotted by an alpha, and then the alpha sends zombies, and then it's like it is like a tense, right? But and then like
it's or are you cutting out?
Yeah.
You keep getting cutting in.
Okay, maybe okay. I'm gonna have my microphone right here. Maybe it's
all censored. It's self-censoring the cuss words for me, making it easy.
Oh yeah, it's every single microphone cut is when I said a slur. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's a joke, guys. That's a joke.
It's 100% true. I censored it all already. It's 100% true. It's all a bunch of cuss words and slurs. It was horrible.
Anyways, 28 years later, so the first half of the movie is basically like the father and son going into the mainland, getting chased and stuff, and then going back, right? And then the second half of the movie kind of just switches over because the mom has like quote unquote a mysterious disease that nobody knows, because like all the doctors are gone because no one's a doctor on like the survivor group in the group of survivors or whatever. But the only doctor is like a rumored crazy man that lives in the mainland who somehow has survived all these years, right? Just by himself. And so the boy takes his mom by themselves and like goes to find this doctor, right?
Right.
And so the main thing with 28 Days Later Zombies is that the virus turns you like that. Like any drop of blood, any saliva, or anything. There's a scene in the first one where a guy like looks up and like someone's dead body, like one of the infected's dead body, a drop of blood just hits him right here in the eye, turns within like less than 20 seconds. Right? Like you didn't get turned instantly. In this movie, it feels like they just didn't care about that rule. Like, people don't get, like, obviously, like, covered in blood or anything like that. But, like, I feel like the danger of having the blood splatter on you is kind of gone. Like, they're not as cautious as the other movie. Right? Mm-hmm. So, like, because, like, the mom, there's also, okay, so there's a part, right, where they show an infected woman, and she's pregnant. And that kind of has implications that, like, so can the infected procreate? Is that, like, a thing that they can do? Because the whole point of the infected is that they're just mindless people that are blinded by rage, and the infection is just very infectious. Right? But there's, like, a whole thing with it, because I think the Alpha's child or something like that. And, like, there's a moment where the son and the mom go into this train because they hear screaming, and it's the infected woman that's like about to give birth, right? And for some reason, the infected woman just, I don't know if it's through the pain of labor or something like that, she's just cool with non-infected people being right there and like holding hands with the mom or whatever, right? So the baby gets delivered in this movie, and that baby, because apparently, because of the placenta, is not infected. It is, I don't know. It is weird. It is weird. It is weird, right?
Like in Last of Us 2.
No, the thing is, like, no, the woman's already, like, yeah. It's been, no, she's, like, an infected person that's been infected. Not like that she just recently, she was pregnant, she got bit and infected. That's a different thing. This woman was a straight up infected person. And I'm guessing she got pregnant as an infected person.
So, if a woman is a drug addict, right? Shut up! If a woman is a drug addict and shoots up heroin with a baby in her womb or whatever the fuck, right? You know that as soon as she gives birth,
smoking or drinking,
and as soon as that child is born, and you know, as soon as the child is born, you know that the child is dependent on those drugs too now, right?
Oh, what? No,
you know that, right? You understand what you understand?
Not how that works, dude. It's just
that is exactly how it works, Mikey. That is so. How are you? So how are you gonna sit there?
Right there.
So how are you gonna tell me? I remember now. I'm an adult. I could just not. How the fuck are you gonna make a movie and not follow the basic laws of you? It makes no sense.
I got this pretty Pokemon card.
Oh wait, what is that?
It's a Pokemon card.
Oh, how much is it? Because you had it graded, right?
He bought it graded.
I bought it graded. It was $30.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Hope you're proud of your little carbon collection.
Thanks.
That's also what I said. I have a lot of problems with this movie, but overall I enjoyed it. But also, there was a joke going around before I watched it, because I avoided as many spoilers as I could for it. But there was a joke going around that people were calling it 28 inches later, right?
Oh, good lord!
I had my suspicion. Why there's some meme of the face of the Willem Dafoe looking up scared, and there's a shadow over his face. Now I understand why in the movie. Why it has relevance.
Obviously, if you look at it through like the world of 28 Days Later, obviously the infected have been around for years. They've like basically they've eaten off of like animals and stuff like that, right? That's how they've been able to sustain themselves and whatnot. But obviously over the years, they're not putting on new clothes, right? So like majority of the infected, they're completely like naked and like dirty and everything because they're like they don't have any clothes or anything. We'll just okay, gotcha. Okay. All right.
So they're running around naked and their pee-pee gross. Is that what you're telling me?
No. So
Oh, thank God, because that's what I was thinking. I was like,
No,
what do you mean? Like,
so
where are you going with this?
So the alpha comes out, and he is also not clothed. He is also happens to be. There's a reason why he's called the alpha. Let's just put it that way. Right? Let's just, with 28 inches
Wow.
later, and the reason why he's called the alpha. Let's just put it at that. All right. Anyways, regardless, they go to this crazy doctor. Turns out he's not crazy. He actually found like I guess like a certain chemical that the zombies don't like, the virus doesn't like, and he rubs it all over himself or whatever, and that's how he's survived. And I'm just like, okay, you're gonna drop that and expect us to be okay with it? All right, cool, sure. But he looks at the mom and stuff like that, and is like, yeah, your mom has cancer. She's gonna die, dude. Sorry, not much I could do. Even if we did have modern day, there isn't much I could do either. You know, because like the whole thing was like it was like a whole thing about like the phrase memento mori, which is like remember death or remember that you will die and stuff like that. And I understand it, but like the execution was just it was not there. It just was not good. And then the people were saying that like, oh, the ending is what like ruined the movie for me and stuff like that. And I was like, I can't be that bad. So in the beginning of the movie, there's a kid that like survives the main like like outbreak or like the main attack or whatever, and his name's Jimmy, right? And you see little hints of like people writing the name Jimmy and stuff like that, right? So like obviously Jimmy is probably going to be a more important person when they do the sequels or whatever. But Jimmy comes out at the end. He's like an adult now because it's later. But he comes out at the very end because like the kid is like on his own on the mainland and he's being chased, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey kid, like can I help you out? And then like his friends, and they're in like full on like bright colorful Adidas tracksuits, and they're doing front flips and everything right onto the scene, and they like straight up like just kung fu fight the zombies with like different weapons and stuff like that. And it's because in there's a whole thing with the Teletubbies, right? In the beginning, like the kids are watching Teletubbies when the outbreak hits or whatever, right? When they're flipping into action or whatever, you hear the fucking Teletubbies theme song.
Wait, like, is this still 28 years later?
This is the ending.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of blocked everything out you're saying because I was thinking, did they really just make a meme because this dude's dick was out? Are you serious? Like, oh my god, man! Like, I hate it. And my man's literally typed in 28 inches later to understand the meme, and I was just like, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, Umberto, why are you looking at this? Like, why are you looking for this? And then I'm like, for the plot, and I'm like, no, you're looking at this because you don't want to be here anymore. Anyways, with that being said, 28 years later, to me, sounds like a movie that someone started a project, right? Got half done with it and was like, yeah, I really like this idea, but I'm just going to revamp it and I'm going to make it something completely different. That's what it sounds like.
It really feels like this movie, it feels like there should have been like 28 days later, 28 weeks later. There should have been a 28 months later or something, and then 28 years later. Because like once it like flips to the years later, it's like a whole nother movie, a whole other unit kind of. I feel like you should have probably taken a movie or something to explain the changes or stuff over time. Because all of a sudden it's like, that's an alpha zombie. I'm sorry, a fucking what? I'm sorry, a what? There's alphas now? Huh? Like, it's just. There's a lot of stuff I hate about this movie.
So it sounds like
on its own, you like it.
I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed like the movie on its own, right?
I feel like Mike's taking a bunch of copium to say he liked it.
No, like I liked it and I didn't like it because I can admit that there's a lot of things that I don't like in this movie, right? But I enjoyed watching it, right? Maybe as a movie as a whole, like the way that it's all because like the way that it's structured and everything, it's like a cohesive like story on its own. But when you think of this as a sequel to 28 Days and 28 Weeks, it's not good, right? If it was kind of its own thing on its own that was released, then maybe more people would like it. But because of like the standard and stuff that was set in the first two movies, and then now you have all this with so many changes and so many, not just like, changes to the world and virus, but like so many tonal changes as well. Especially like the ending. The ending just feels like it's like something out of The Walking Dead or something where like they already know how to deal with the zombies. Like, no, what? The virus is still the blood is still very much a danger. But like they're treating it as if like, yeah, kill it. like, I'm sorry, what? But regardless.
Again, I think this goes back to the whole people. I say people because the directors and all them, they're just hashing out stuff just to entertain people with the bare minimum instead of doing actual good stories and actual good action sequences. There's a guy on Facebook who he does like a meme where he'll do like a synopsis, I think is what it's called, in like 30 seconds. He'll be like, "Oh, give me a random rising actor, Pedro Pascal. Okay, and what is he? A dad."
The Mad Libs guy?
Yeah, and then one of the ones that I really liked was the one with the Predator. They were like, "Oh, we need a new Predator movie. What are we gonna take it? We're gonna base it." And he said, "What era is he in? Feudal Japan. And who does he fight? A samurai. So why is the Predator there? Oh, to teach his son or his disciple how to fight or whatever." And then he takes a shot of cocaine or some shit. I don't know what it was. Don't do illegal drugs. But he does something, and he in like 30 seconds, he basically gives you an entire start to finish movie of like character concept, character development, character resolution, and the end. And I'm like, I would watch the fuck out of a movie where it's literally an older samurai already going down, he's gonna die soon or some bullshit. Yeah. You see a predator like come to feudal Japan or whatever, and he sees the samurais and he fights against the samurais, and he's like, holy shit, these guys are lit. And then, he learns how to fight with them, and then his kid or whatever shows up. He's like, I want to learn, blah, blah, blah. Gets killed, and because it's a freaking alien, and samurais are like, what the fuck is that? So they kill him, so now the Predator guy is mad. But now the Predator guy is mad that they killed his kid, so now he wants revenge, right? But then the older samurai is basically teaching him, like, revenge isn't the choice
the way,
because you just exposed yourself to all these people, you just expose yourself to all this other bullshit, and now you killed all these people for what? They weren't even that great of a challenge or whatever. So he's dying, right? The samurai dude is dying, and then his disciple shows up and fights the Predator and kills him because he ends up learning how to fight against him. And no, not the let me rub mud all over my face. No, I'm talking about like legit like they fight, like actual sword fight, like an actual, where the old guy, the old samurai dude is like, oh, in order for me to like really go with me teaching my disciple how to fight or the honor or whatever, I'm gonna give you my sword. Go and fight my disciple. My disciple's right here, and the disciple, he's ready with his sword. And because the Predator doesn't know how to use the katana itself, that's why he quote unquote loses, because he doesn't know how to use it 100%, like mastery. And like throughout the whole movie, it's like shut up, ho. It's like sorry, Isidro, I didn't mean to yell out.
Bye guys.
So like throughout the movie, the kid's like, man, I don't want to learn this technique, blah blah blah. It's so stupid, and he's learning how to do like regular basic strikes or whatever. So, the older Predator, he thinks, oh, I could just swing this around and nothing happens, right? Because it's sharp in one edge or whatever, right? But the samurai boy knows that, hey, if I guard it this way, it's gonna break. And because it breaks, now I have the counterattack possibility, and that's how he wins, because he did dedication and other stuff. And the Predator lost because he was just fueled by rage, and he was angry because he killed his disciple. I just gave you a blockbuster. I just gave you an awesome movie anybody would want to watch in like 10 seconds. For me, I gotta go, you guys. I need to go to the restroom, and I need to do laundry. So,
anyways, guys, go watch 28 Years Later, guys.
Go watch Jurassic World, whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called anymore. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good night. Bye.
Bye, guys. Be safe. Love y'all. Be safe. Drink water. Bye.